Yeah. So sorry for joining you a little bit late. All right, as always, let's wait a few more minutes when everyone join us. By the way, where are you located? Where are you based in?
So I'm usually based in I don't know how many of my Christian are going to listen to that. I'm usually based in Asia,
Okay.
but most of the time I'm spending with my time in Asia and time in North America. But right now I'm in specifically in Brazil because I'm getting married. So
Oh, wow.
gotta finalize the details and making
Wow.
sure everything goes well.
Cool. Well, lucky you. Let's wait a minute or so. Dum. All right, some people still joining us.
And people that just joined, I'm curious, where you guys are located? Can you just type where you guys are at when you're joining us from today? It would be really cool to know where you guys from today.
Amsterdam. Interesting.
Amsterdam.
Uh, what this emoji means? Just a second. Let me check it because I can't see the name. Oh, Panama. Wow. I guess pronounce it correctly. Germany, Montreal, Canada.
Montreal. Oh, nice. I used to live in Montreal. What's up?
Mm, cool. So I
We're in
think, yeah.
Germany. Let's do this.
Okay, let's get started. So, yeah, it's a quite unusual webinar for me this time. So, I think you can introduce yourself and we can proceed with slides. And in the meantime, I will check comments and I will stop you from interrupt you from time to time. So, sorry about that. So to answer the questions, so feel free to ask any questions or use the Q&A section, and I will just it just drops a lot of questions because I'm pretty sure this will be probably one of the most insightful webinars I've attended in the last few months. I think so, because what you're going to see is super awesome, and I think I will implement the same strategy. So I want to know like lots of things and how to implement this specific tactic in terms of lead magnets. So putting my back to you, and
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I'm Enzo. I'm the founder of Morning Leads. We're outbound studio that sending as many positive meetings and leads to our client. And our purpose is to make them ungodly amount of revenue for the company. And we do that through AI power outbounds. Um, One of the core thing of our agency is that to be a client of ours, you need to be willing to build a lead magnet. Why? Because you're going to see lead magnets led campaign in what we're seeing a disproportionate amount of more interest, positive reply, and meetings and revenue for our client. Let's get started. Don't take my word for it. Just I'd rather you believe what you see. We do this constantly for others, for some of our clients. As you can see, we have like ridiculously amount of positive reply for campaigns for client. We also do this for ourselves, where we can. This is our own outreach campaigns, and this one is like a month old campaign. And we were also very well known to have done it for Alex Amosi for the $100 million book series. So we did it for $100 million leads, and we're about to do it as well again for his new book that nobody knows the name, but I know it, which is $100 million money models, which is going to come out most likely later this year. So we can also run a campaign for him. And if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, LinkedIn, sorry, follow me on LinkedIn because for 100 million money models, I will be doing a public campaign where I'll be sharing a recording myself building a campaign for him and running it for the entire 5 weeks. So for Alex, we sent him 7,000 leads in 5 weeks, and I became his second largest affiliate worldwide. We sent 500,000 emails during the 5 weeks, so a lot of volume as well. But all emails were personalized, highly segmented, and one of the core features of those emails and why they were successful is the lead magnet in it. And I'll share with you the entire framework we used to make that happen. But let's go to the basics. What do? We do cold emails. And there's amazing tools out there, such as Reply.io, that allow you to have great outbound and cold email campaigns. But what is cold email? We advertise to people who don't know us, and those are cold audience. And you have to think about your cold audience as your own dedicated advertising ecosystem. You can decide who you're going to market to, what message they're going to see from you, and most importantly, how they're going to perceive you. And the perception is everything in the way you're going to build your cold email campaign. And why is everything? Because we're trying to solve multiple problems. First, you don't have a way to find the contacts you want to chat with. Even if you find the contact, they're ignoring you. And even if they're trying to get some attention from your cold email, they're not interested or it doesn't resonate for them. And we're trying to solve this by contacting as most qualified strangers we can in a lot of ways and a lot of time to overwhelm them with value up front. Because cold outreach has one key differences from warm outreach and referrals is trust. Strangers, they don't trust us. Your parents always told you, hey, if you meet somebody you don't know, don't talk to them, don't trust them, don't accept anything from them, run away. And that's the same thing here. You're just sending an email, a cold email to somebody that do not know anything about you, about your business. And what you need to do is bridge the gap of trust as fast as possible. And our belief is that you solve that by increasing someone's conviction that they will receive value in the future if they respond to the message we send. And how you do that? Through a lead magnet. Because think about it for a second, and I'm going to give you an example. Your marketing agency reaching out to other e-commerce companies, local service businesses all the time, claiming they can do a whole lot of things. What is the difference than when they tell you, hey, this is my offer, would you be interested in hearing more, or would you want to get on the call? Versus, hey, I know you're trying to solve that problem, I solve it for you, can I give it to you for free? Here it is, can I send it to you? These two differences between somebody that offer you to get on the call and somebody that's like, hey, the thing that you probably want, I have it. Can I give it to you? It is here for you. Can I send it your way? And that changed everything. And when somebody experiences you and seeing what they when they receive a message from you, like give away something to people that is so much valuable that they cannot say no. They just want to get on the call. They just want to know a little bit more because it is so valuable that it's worth the time instead of asking them for the time. So there's your core offer and there's your lead magnet. The core offer solves 5 some potential issues. You save time, save money, make more money, be healthy, or raise your status. This is whatever businesses do, regardless of what they do, this is what they do. Save time, save money, make more money, be healthy, or raise your status. If you're doing B2B, you're only focusing on saving time, saving money, or helping them more money. Your core offer is what probably solve. Your lead magnet is going to solve the exact same things, but at a smaller scale. You have to think about your lead magnet as your mini offer that will solve a small portion of your core offer. When your core offer will solve the problem at scale, your lead magnet will solve it for a little bit amount of time or for a tiny portion of it, and you're going to be able to upsell them to the core offer later on. And always people asking me, hey, what we should offer? Should we offer spreadsheets? Should we offer a calculator? Should we offer an ebook? And none of those works, to be honest. We try all of them, none of those works. The framework that I like to use is the following. Don't offer something so good you could almost charge for it. Offer something other people charge for it. And this quote is not from me. It's from Alex Hormozi. I don't want to claim I came from, but it is exactly that. Offer something other people charge for. It anchors you and your company at a different level where people cannot compare you to anybody else in the marketplace. Because what people charge for, you give it away for free. So people ask themselves, wait, hold on. If you give me that away for free, and that is so good, how much more good the paid service must be. And it breaks people's mind. And this is where your perception of how your company is perceived on the marketplace is completely different from your competitors. And that's where your lead magnet stand out compared to every single email they respond every day, they receive every day. So a lead magnet is the same thing we say. Hey, people don't trust us. Well, they don't trust us, so we got to give them big, fast value fast, really fast, a lot of value. The key difference is people you and stranger is that stranger give you far less time to prove your worth. So that's what I'm saying. Don't give a small spreadsheet or calculator. Give away the form. Give away everything. And I'll tell you even better. Most of the time, people will never implement whatever you give them. I'll tell you about my outbound campaign for myself. I give away so much leads, magnets, so much framework, so much stuff. But the truth is that they don't have time. They don't know how to implement themselves. And they need me to do it for them. And this is where it is. Don't hold the secret. Give everything away. People are going to pay you for the implementation. And we're not trying to trickle the interest. We're trying to blow their mind in less than 30 seconds. That's why I'm like, give as much value as you can and be as bold as you can in your lead magnet. But it has to be reasonable as well. And you have to be able to fulfill it. Now, we talk about the offer and the core offer, the product or service you exchange for money. So the core offer is the thing you make the most money from, and your lead magnet is a complete solution to a narrow problem that you give away for free to attract your ideal customer. And there's three types of lead magnet that, in terms of how they solve a problem. They either reveal a problem, the diagnosis, audit, and inspection. You have the free trial, so people they get a free back adjustment, the free campaign, they're able to get a SaaS product for free and experience it for 15 days, or a free step of a multiple step process. In my case, for our outbound agency, we offer a custom workflow in Clay. But let me break it down to you. Most people say, hey, we were able to achieve that. We can build you a custom workflow for your outbound system. Do you want it? Everybody say yes. People get on the call. We built something with them. And now that we have the custom outbound workflow, what's happening now? How they implement it? They don't know how to implement it. How they build the email infrastructure to implement it and use it? They don't know how to do this. How they build the lead list that, be filling that custom workflow? They don't know how to do this, but they have the custom workflow. Now they have it. This is their choice to be doing. Okay, what are we doing with that? Can we pay you to implement it? Or how can we implement ourselves? Do we have to pay some coaching to implement it? You see what I'm saying? The lead magnet gives you the first step through the door and make it so good that people, feel like, okay, I need to do something with this. Therefore, you're going to be able to sell to your core offer later on. And this is the same way you should approach a lead magnet. Any other questions so far? Are we good on the Q&A? I want to be sure to be able to interact with people and answer any question they might have.
So yeah, we have a question. What are some of the ideas for lead magnets for the lead gen agency? For the agency, will we discuss ideas for lead magnets later, or like you want to proceed now?
Whatever. Like we can discuss it later. I don't mind. Whatever you prefer.
So I mean, you will have those in your slides later, or some ideas, examples.
No, I'm not gonna have the specific example, but we'll tell about it. So we can keep talking about it. Awesome. 4 ways to deliver a lead magnet. And realistically, for B2B, and if we talk about lead gen agency, the about preferences, give away a service. I'll tell you why. The software, you give away a tool, a spreadsheet, a dashboard. In our case, we can give you a tool to automating email sending. You can always give a course, some information, give a mini course. For example, I had to use Clay. We use that as well. And some services, we do free work. Example, we give 2,500 leads or 5,000 leads for B2B software, B2B services, regardless of the person asking us the lead list form. I have preferences as a lead generation agency to always offer a service. Why? Because offering the service is a good excuse to get on a call. Because if you give the software and they try it, but they don't convert, well, they didn't convert. If you give them information, they say, okay, it's really good, but I don't know how to implement it. You don't have the option to get on the call and explain them how they can implement it, even if the course is about to do it. If you offer a service, you can justify getting on a call to get a little bit of more information so you can deliver the custom service for them. So this is kind of the preferences, in my opinion, software, information, or services. Services usually convert way higher for our client in in our outbound campaign. And I'm going to go through a couple of examples later on, but it is really the one that tends to have the better conversion rate as a revenue standpoint. And you have to make it easy for them to ask more. Um, and you have to use clear and direct, simple language. And here's the example I've been talking to you about. And it's all the client that we have, some of the client we have, and I will tell you how we approach a lead magnet building for them, and then maybe I can answer some questions. The paid media marketing agency, which is the most common, customer that tend to want to work with us, that target local service businesses. One of our client right now is targeting will repair auto body shop, you know, uh, franchises in the US, and trying to sell them people leads through, Google ads, Facebook ads, or from people that need to have the wheel repair or, the auto body shop services because the car crash or anything like that. So the lead magnet we came up with for them is, and you have to understand something, a lead magnet is going to cost you money at some point. The higher the quality of your lead magnet, the more money it's going to cost you, but also the better it's going to help you convert. And for them, it costs them around $20 per lead, but it is, they cost like $3,000 a month. So it's ridiculously easy for them to justify that. This is the lead magnet. Because they're focusing on certain cities inside the US, we created a Facebook and Google Ads campaign within those specific cities that are evergreen and not targeting into specific shops. So what they do is that they're actually pushing ads towards a generalistic landing page that actually generate leads for auto shop or wheel repair shop every day. And we're using those leads to our outbound campaign. And when we're targeting those, service, auto shop and whatnot, we're telling them the exact same specific outbound campaign messages. Hey, one of client cannot take all the client. We're sending them in the area or in the shop. Do you mind if we send you a couple leads? We really don't have bandwidth to handle all of the leads. What do you think happened when you tell a wheel repair shop, a auto body shop, hey, we have too many people, can we send them yours? Everybody say, yeah, sure, send them to me. And what we do is email too when they respond, yes, I'm interested, I want to get, can you send them my way? We actually send them the leads, which cost them like 15, $20 per lead. And we send them two of them. I'm like, hey, here's the two, let me know if they're good. By the way, we have 1,200 more in the backlog. Let us know if we can send them your way as well. So the potential lead is saying, wait, hold on. Those guys send me two leads. And when it's called, they actually can say that it's quite good. And with those guys telling me they have 1,200 more in the backlog and I can have access to it, what do you think happened when they're getting on a call when they want to be able to close those guys? You get two leads for free. They actually really could. And now you tell me you have 2,000 more? How can I have access to those? Now closing them for $3,000 a month, it's a joke because they already proven that the services works. And through the language that we use in our copy, we say, hey, our client, it's too much, we're sending too much leads to them. We actually need we can have to send to other people. So they actually have the perception that their product and service is so good. They tested it, it works. So now closing them is really easy. That's one of the campaigns we run, and it's producing 15 positive replies per day. It's ridiculous. Um, but again, you need to be able to willing to invest a little bit more to have something going on that side. We have another social media marketing agency that's targeting e-com businesses, and those guys have a great case studies. They work with some of the largest brands in the world. Uh, and what we see that is really interesting with them is that they were able to grow brands from, 0 to 3 million followers on TikTok. And we're talking about the biggest brand you can imagine. So what we did is that we make them created a framework on how they were able to achieve those results. And we're targeting companies that are in the same niche, but they not as good, or they would see the one that they were able to achieve great results for as this big company that they wish they would be. So they created a framework of how they were able to achieve those results. And hey, by the way, see that you're in this specific niche. We actually helped company X, let's call it, I don't know, Nike, achieve 3 million followers on TikTok. Do you want us to send framework how you can do the same? Everybody said yes. So they send a framework, they're able to say, oh my God, it's actually really good. Those guys, they know the strategy, they have the static, it's so good. Now, nobody's going to take on the work of trying to achieve that themselves. Now they see the other framework, they give all the way the secret, And now this company is saying, okay, I'm happy to show you how we can implement that for you. And when you're getting on a call and you're seeing all the success that they've been having, and those guys gave you all the secret, it's way easier for them to be able to close, because they're like, well, hold on. He already showed me everything that I need to see. He gave me everything away. All I have to do is trust him and sign the contract. And also really easy for them to be able to close, because the proof and the framework giving away the secret and selling them implementation is way easier than anything else. Now, we have also outsourcing companies that are targeting and outsourcing services. And I'm going to talk here more about web development or IT outsourcing companies. This one is really more complex, because those guys, what they do, and my specific client is that they have an IT outsource. They are doing an IT outsourcing department. So they go in everybody else that need to outsource the IT department, and they replace the entire IT department. Now, what they do is that they know that if they do an audit and any offices that a company has in the US, they're gonna find issues no matter what. So they're willing to spend $1,000 a day sending somebody to the lead office to make an IT inspection, because they know they're going to find something, and therefore they're going to be able to offer the services. So when we're reaching out, we're like, hey, we know you might having this problem. Do you mind if I send somebody on our team doing an audit for you? Happy to do it for free. It's on us. Nobody wouldn't want to have an entire audit of the IT department being done for themselves. It costs them $1,000 a day to make that happen. But when they go there, they know they're going to find something, and they're going to have an opportunity to sell the services. And because the services cost $500,000 a year, they're really willing to spend $1,000 a day to have an audit and potentially close a $500,000 contract. Again, that's a lead magnet applied in a different way that works extremely well. The last one that we have is like we work for a lot of mastermind, and this one is way easier. If you want to target people that need to jump in the mastermind, the best thing you can do is give them access to the community for free. That's we've seen being worked this way, because once you're in the community, you see the value, and we tell them it's time to leave. Well, you don't want to leave, especially if the community is fulfilling what they claim to be, usually helping you make more money, save more money, or be able to improve yourself in some ways. And it's probably the easiest thing to set up is I'm like, hey, I know you're in a specific industry. We can see that you're having a headcount decrease within your organization. You might experiencing those specific pain points. Do you want to join a mastermind so we can help you with whatever problem you might have? It's entirely free on us for the first 15 days. Sure, let me take a look. And people join them. And that's it for me in terms of what it. Yes, please.
Second, we have a question. So I think we didn't answer it. Do you recommend CTAs, the direct customers, to book a call demo? So based on those examples, so I guess what's the CTA here? It's just like, do you want to receive it or click here to get it, or how does it work?
The CTA is make it as normal possible. For example, the paid media marketing for local service businesses. Hey, can I send leads your way? Can I send you those customers? That is a CTA. Social media marketing agency. Hey, I got this framework. Can I send it your way? Like, give away. Tell them you're giving it away. Don't tell them you're gonna, hey, jump on a call. The goal of cold email is not to get on the call, it's to start a conversation. And the easiest thing for people to start a conversation is to answer yes. You want them to say yes. So make it as easy for them to say yes. Do you want it? Yes. Can I? Don't ask the time for the call. You have to show that it's worth the time to get on the call. That's why you have a lead magnet. Prove through your services to what you're willing to deliver for free that it's worth the time to get on the call. Because already you did 50% of the work, they're going to always trust you. Because, oh, well, that thing was awesome. I want to know more. That's it. Yeah. Give away for free. Tell them I want to give it to you. Don't ask for anything else if they're interested. Just tell, hey, can I give it to you?
Cool. Yeah, the easier the better. Thanks.
Other question? Are we good?
Yeah, I think we have another one, but could you please clarify it, because you ask how do you differentiate recommendations from a marketing campaign to a sales cold email? So are you asking can we use those lead magnets for marketing campaigns, or just, so could you please rephrase the question? Or did you get it, Enzo?
I didn't get it. Marketing campaign or sales. I'm talking about cold email, so we're reaching out to people and telling them, hey, do you want
it? Okay, so the question is, sure, phrased it, or he, sorry. if there are differences in content created for marketing versus sales. Oh, I see now. Mm, created
Oh,
for
let me try to.
okay.
How do you is there everything content created for marketing versus sales? Yes, I would do it because the most you're gonna have highly disproportionate better responses when the content you create. And I try to avoid content except if your content is like world class. Like you need to have world class content. If you work with like I don't know, Apple or Gymshark, the hoodie, like great brands, like it's worth your time. If you work with unknown brands, like the content might not be worth it. But what I'm trying to tell you is like into marketing engineering campaign. Make it ultra segmented within a niche because otherwise it's not gonna have the same effect. Like I can tell you how my campaign that I ran from Nike was so great, but if I'm targeting I don't know Apple or I'm targeting a random brand that is not within the ICP of Nike, it doesn't matter how great is the lead magnet. Like it cannot connect the dots. You want to make sure that it connects the dots for the people receiving the message, and the best way is to make sure that your campaign, your lead magnet is ultra segmented to the niche you're trying to reach out to. So do not make broad lead magnet, make ugly targeted lead magnets. Does that answer the
So
question? I hope it does.
yeah, so I see. So we can use pretty much the same lead magnet, then we can adjust like case studies and audience and slightly like rewrite or restructure our lead magnet for a new audience. So that's how it works.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. If you're targeting like somebody in fashion, well, get a lead magnet that is dedicated towards a fashion case study that was really amazing and that you break it down through all the frameworks you can give it away. It makes sense. Yeah, you have to make the lead magnet highly specific to the audience you're reaching out to. Otherwise, it doesn't have the same effect.
cool. Thanks. Oh yeah, yes, you were helpful. Thank you. Okay, we said.
Awesome. Awesome. Uh, I don't know where I was with that, but a great lead magnet for cold emails. Engage high ideal customer when they see it. It gets more people to engage with your core offer alone because they're like, hey, if that free thing is really amazing, I'm curious how much the main thing that the paid thing must be. It's valuable enough that people consume it and it makes the right people more likely to buy. Now, how does that look like? This is my campaign that I ran for Alex Amosi. I'm going to only show you email one because we're going to run more campaigns soon. And I cannot show you the lead magnet because we're obviously going to work a similar lead magnet this year. But to the question that I received, it's all about the segmentation. And let me break you down how we built everything for him. We scrape every single followers of podcast he ever been on when we launched the campaign. So think about all the podcasts he been on, the Diary of the CEO, I think My First Million, like all the possible podcasts that he been on, that he talked to, we scrapped all their followers. Once we scrap all their followers, we look within LinkedIn. Are those guys having any sales, business development, revenue strategy, any revenue generating activities within their LinkedIn profile? Why is so important? Because lead magnet is us giving the frameworks of how Alex is getting 20,000 leads per day. And this is what it's going to sound like. Hey, Ferdinand, glad to see another listener of. And we mentioned the podcast name that we scrape with. We find the name where they find their contacts. So right off the bat, somebody's read that email. Oh, how does this guy know that I'm listening to Diary of the CEO? It seems that you're selling to, and we use AI to see what they're selling and helping them with how they're helping them. We use AI to figure that out. Can I send you the framework Alex Amosi used to get 20,000 leads per day? Again, think about it. It's highly segmented. I'm targeting people that any revenue generating activities. So those guys probably be really interested in knowing how to get 20,000 leads per day. Sure as they are, you want to know how to get 20,000 leads per day. Whatever role you are, you want to know. And in case they don't know who they are, I'm saying it wasn't actually episode, and I put the episode where Alex Amosi appeared in that podcast because in any case they don't know who they are, who he is. They have the case study more like validation of the guy that they're listening. He actually was in the episode, so it's probably really legit, so they can listen it. And we tell them, hey, by the way, it's entirely free. And we tell them, P.S. is launching his new book, $100 million leads, and give me access to 2 special unreleased chapters. I'll send them your way as well. Like it is a message. You cannot say no to that. The guy's like, wait, hold on. This guy know who I am. He know who I'm targeting as customer. He know what problem I'm solving for them. And he probably knows how to get 20,000 hits per day. I want to be able to get it. And that is a simple message how we implement Link Magnet, and we're able to get drastic positive response. And to the question that I received, can I send you the framework? That is the most direct thing I can ask. And then I'm telling them it's ultra segmented to the people that most likely would like to receive that content. And the end result is more people show interest in your cold email. You get more meetings, you make more money, you improve your brand. All of this at the same time. That's why cold email, in my opinion, is probably the best angle you can use for your cold email. Lead magnet is the best angle you can use for your cold email campaign. And I think that's it for me.
Oh, super awesome, I think. All right, so let us know if you have questions, and we will answer them. So maybe my questions here are, wow, that's interesting. As like avid cold outreacher myself, I need to give it a try. I'm like kind of shocked I haven't given it a try yet, because I'm also trying to be like super segmented, but it's just cold outreach. Like so I've never been using lead magnets. Basically, I've been using free tools as a follow-up step in my cold outreach, just like step number 3 or 4. Like, hey, we have built for example, a free extensions that allows you to find prospects. Here's a link, you can give it a try. But what you suggest, you reverse the cold outreach sequence, and you like give away a lead magnet in step number 1, and then you send like a few follow-ups. How does it work after that? So you still provide additional value on follow-up. So you wanna, in your follow-ups to lead magnet, to the first step, you wanna like just to check the previous email. How does it work? The whole sequence, just like maybe a few ideas for like attendees.
Sure. I like to do it in a way where I'm stacking the magnets together. I'm gonna give you an example from my agency. I'm giving you, and usually for me, 85% of all positive response we're getting coming from email 1 and email 2. Maybe even more than that. So I'm gonna give like my best lead magnet to email 1. Email 2, I'm gonna start to stack it with something else. I'm gonna be like, hey, do you want a custom outbound workflow? Which is probably the best thing we can offer. And the good thing is like we can automate most of it now because we actually send them a form that they fill and build everything on the back end. We can just send them a call and have everything they're looking for. And we offer them, email to him like, hey, by the way, yeah, I reach out to you about this thing. We actually are about to launch a campaign for, and we figure out their niche. But by the way, we pull up 5,000 leads for this specific campaign that we're not going to use. Can I send them your way as well? This guy's giving me a custom outbound workflow. He's giving me 5,000 leads that I can use. Like, it's already like, why I just don't want to get it. And our approach is like we want to stack it as much as possible in email 1 and email 2. In email 3, we're just gonna have like 180 degrees like angles to try something else because probably didn't do a good job enough. I get it people attention, but we're gonna try another angle. But it's gonna be a breakup email where we're gonna be like, hey, is there somebody else we can reach out to, or maybe somebody else inside the organization we can send those things to? And yeah, that's 3 email steps. We don't go more than that. After that, it's too much risk on the email infrastructure, so it's not worth building any more on top of that.
Sounds awesome. Thanks. Monax asks, it would be great to get a few examples for lead magnets for lead gen agencies. I guess we have lots of lead gen agency owners here today. So yeah.
Yeah, it just depends, I like things to be automated. For example, and because there's lead gen agency here, for example, on our hand, we recreated the Apollo filters on our back end. So we're sending a form to people and they're able to exactly pick their ICP that recreate in the back end the Apollo URL link, and that automatically sent to Clay and enrich everything for them. So we can literally send a form to people. Sure, here's build your customer workflow. Tell us who you want to reach out to. They can fill it themselves, and that creates them automatically for them on a Clay table. You can just press them. Hey, by the way, here's the custom workflow outbound. In case they don't respond to sure, let's get on a call. That's for the follow-up. And we can tell them, hey, it's built, like, let's get on a call. Happy to give you access to those. So that could be an idea. And that's what we do. You can give leads, but the thing is, leads, the cost of data is coming so cheap that I don't see really the value of giving free leads to people because it's just so cheap to access to contact information nowadays. Give away something that is really, really, really useful. In our end, we see custom outbound workflow working really well. I know some other agency owner that offer automations. There's so many things you can do, like you can write copy for them, but it's hard to automate that really well. So yeah, there's be creative and you're gonna find something, but yeah, anything is possible. Just like find the right things to do. Building the custom email infrastructure, buying domains automatically, we can give that automation away to people. We can do that as well.
Awesome. So got it. Thanks. So when it comes to lead magnets, I think they should be kind of connected to services you offer, but they should
Yeah.
be like something they would love to pay, but you can just give for free. So it could just be related to what you offer, right?
The idea is like make it so good that people usually pay for it, but you're giving it away for free. And I like to do services, as I mentioned, but that could be anything realistically. You can look if you have like really world-class content, like something that you did that is so awesome. In my case, like if I give away the framework that I use to send 7,000 leads to Alexa Mozy, most likely it's gonna work, you know, because I really unique content to share. But yeah, give us services. It works the best. Is the highest, you know, it's the highest value thing in the stack because you can give access to you can give access to a product, but you know it's good. You can teach people something, but you're not sure you're gonna be able to get something for them. And think about it. Done with you, do it yourself, but the highest valuable one is always done for you, and that is the services. So always go for as much as possible to services, in my opinion.
Got it. And probably the last question for me, because I can't see any more questions, so it would ask them. How about A/B testing those lead magnets? Does it make sense, like to try different lead magnets, different campaigns, or should you just go all in one and try one thing? What do you recommend here?
It's hard because I'm not really good at A/B testing, do you know? Because when I talk to my customers, they know what the customer want. They know what it is. So why would we playing like figuring out? Of course we can, but most of the time, you know what your customers want. You know what people crave in your industry. Lead generation owners, they want more client. They want to be able, like you know what people want. So just give them what they want. Yeah, that's my approach. You can A/B test. You can try in the framework. We can try giving some leads. You can try as many things as you can possibly imagine. But deep down, you always know what your customer wants. So can you get as close as possible from that thing?
Awesome. All right. So I think we have no more questions. Sorry. Here's a new one from Andrew. Once you have replied yes, and you send over the valuable lead magnet framework, how do you go about following up? So how do you proceed with those leads?
How do I send over the lead magnet? Because I don't know what you mentioned the framework, but I don't send framework to people.
Yeah,
when you send the lead magnet, so you have to create a really big gap in their mind between what you're selling them to what they can get. So you can always sell them. In my case, hey, custom outbound workflow. Sure, we have it set up. When is the right time to show you how it works? Because I can send them, but if you don't have a clear account, you're not gonna be able to see it. So let's get on a call and I can show you how it looks like. In the case of you sending maybe leads, you can say, hey, sure, here's the lead. By the way, I have 2,000 more in the backlog. Should we get on the call to show you? Like you have to create a gap in their mind where like, hey, hold on, there's way more behind, or how can I access this thing? So you have to play a little bit with some kind of, not mystery, but there's more. There's like you have to create some scarcity about how they can get access to it.
Awesome.
Thank you. No problem, Andrew. Hope it helps, man.
Cool. All right. So I guess thanks. So how they can contact you how people can contact you? How they can connect with
you? You guys can Find me on LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn all the time. Send me a message. Yeah, I'll give you all the love in the world. So yeah, don't worry. You can reach out to me on LinkedIn. Super, super excited to chat with you guys over there.
All right, then. Great. Thanks. And I think we're done. So thanks for your time and thanks for your insights. And super,
Love
super
it.
useful.